All right, welcome back, folks. So I wanted to break down some important details about this online course. So bear with me while we go over this for a couple minutes. So first things first is you have to be able to get onto Canvas. So my guess is because you're watching this video, you've already navigated this part. So use the portal through my MCC, and that'll get you to your email and Canvas and all sorts of other tools. So if you go into Canvas, your dashboard, it'll have your different courses. Maybe you're taking more than one. But up top here on the left is where mine is for adolescent psychology. I put a nice little picture there so you can recognize our course easily. When you click on it, bear with me 1 second, I'm going to go into student mode here. So hopefully I can see what you guys see. Okay, great. So you should see some tabs on the left. You can certainly navigate through those. So the way I've designed this course is through modules. So module 1 is week 1 of the course. And so each tab in the module, you'll need to click on and go through and complete any assignment or video or quiz that's in the module before you can go on to the next. So you'll see here in Module 2, Week 2, prerequisite is that you have to have completed Module 1. So the thing about this that's different than, let's say, Campus Cruiser, if you took an online course before, is that you could just jump around and do whatever assignments you needed. If you were late on something, it wasn't a problem. The thing with this is you have to stay really on top of it on Canvas because of the modules. So if you find yourself falling behind, you're going to need to do all of the modules to get to where you need to be. So plan accordingly. On the reverse side of it, it's really nice because you can just speed through this course as quickly as you'd like. If you've got a couple days off of work and you want to get a couple modules done, you don't have to wait for the rollout of the course. You can go ahead and get done some work early. I don't know how many of you are interested in that, but I certainly welcome it. So if you click on Module 1, you get a nice little blurb here from me. This video will be located down here when you click on it, hopefully. And then you go back to the home button. It'll bring you back to all the modules. And so you can scroll through and see kind of what's ahead for you with all the modules. Also, you can click on modules, which will be a similar view to what you just saw. The syllabus tab will bring you to the syllabus. So I've uploaded all of the assignments that are graded. So you'll see the full breakout here. While it looks like a lot, don't be intimidated. They're broken down by week. And here is the link to the syllabus. So you can click on that, download the syllabus. A nice little calendar feature over here on the right side of this screen. All the gray days are days where you have things due. So I actually like that feature a lot. So let's go through the syllabus and check some stuff out, and then we'll bounce back over to Canvas. So this is a Spring 2 course, meaning you guys are starting late. So you have about 10 to 12 weeks where you have to get through a full semester of material. So what that means for you is you're going to have to be pretty dedicated to getting course assignments done. There's some weeks where it's kind of a lighter load, and other weeks you might feel like, wow, there's 4 or 5 assignments due this week. I have a lot to do. So I would ask you to plan ahead, get a planner, figure out when things are due, and maybe work ahead if that week you don't have a lot of time. So the course essentially is we're studying psychology from childhood to adulthood. That adolescent period is the time in between. So we're going to go over the biology, the social psychology, and the individual psychology that are involved in this transition time in life. So the objectives are listed here. You'll see on all the modules that it'll list objectives. So basically what these objectives are, they are what you're supposed to be doing and learning in this course. So at the end of the course, when you fill out that evaluation, you can check the boxes and go, oh, I learned this. Oh, I am able to identify and discuss adolescent developmental theories and concepts, right? And so hopefully throughout this semester you've done enough activities and assignments and reading to make you feel confident in that area. So that's what those objectives will be listed in Canvas. The book, if you look at the video above, I showed you in person what that book looks like, the cover of it. Again, the edition, so what's required is the 5th edition. If you want to get the newest edition, that's great. If you want to get the 4th edition, I'm okay with that too. It's usually a little cheaper. I'm not super picky about it, as long as you're kind of right within the range of what's required. You can rent it, you can purchase it, you can get the e-text. It doesn't matter to me, as long as you're getting it and using it. You will need it for research and to read. If you think you might want to be a psych major or a social work major, you might get the APA book, American Psychological Association. So this is to help you with the research end of the psychology course. You guys are going to have to be able to show me throughout the course that you've learned APA style citation, which is different than MLA. And I've got a couple videos for you guys to teach you about that if you're not sure, if you've never used APA style before. But that's one of the things that you're going to check off at the end of the semester. And that's part of my grading is, are you capable of using it, and are you applying it correctly? Assignment, I've got a nice little blue box here. So it's like a quick glance of all the assignments due. I'm going to scroll down. Grading, I do all my grades by points. As you can see in this blue box over here on the right side, it's how many points something is worth. And so if you want to quickly add up your grade, you can add up how many points you've earned and divide it by how many points total. So you can do that for each assignment, or you can do that for every, for the whole entire course. So at any point you can get an idea of how much, what your grade is. I will be using that feature on Canvas as well, so you should be getting a good snapshot of that. So class schedule, week by week, so it's Module 1, Week 1. So the chapters are, you're supposed to read those chapters for the week, right? So in Module 1, Week 1, we're looking at chapters 1 and 2. So this is an introduction and biological foundations. The assignments due for this week, you have a course pretest, so I'm just asking you guys a couple questions to kind of gauge where you're at. These are more of like personal information, just so I can get to know you guys better, where you're coming from, and maybe gear the course a little bit more towards where everybody's at. And message board post. So this is called message board because we used to use Campus Cruiser for online courses, but now we're on Canvas, and I think Canvas calls it something different. But essentially it's the same idea. It's a discussion board. So you can get to that a few different ways. So you can click through in the module, or you may be able to get to the assignment by going to Syllabus and then clicking the link here. I would prefer you to go through the module. So week 1, there's the pretest there, and then this message board post number 1. This is locked until the first day class, so let me go back here. I'll show you guys what it looks like in my view before we exit here. Also, this introduce yourself. Oh, killing me here. Let me leave student view and then I'll come back to it. So the message board. So what you're going to have to do is these message board posts are worth 10 points total. So your own post, you're going to reply to the question. You're going to write 2 to 4 paragraphs for each topic. You must cite theories from the textbook to back up your thoughts. So when you discuss puberty, you're going to read about puberty in the textbook and then use the concepts from the book or facts from the book to back up your opinion. So that's a part of the message board, is that small little research. You don't have to write a whole paper on it. 2 to 4 paragraphs, you're going to answer the question. Answer it to the best of your ability, answer it fully, answer it completely, and for your own response, you'll get 10 points. Now, after everybody submits them, you're going to have to go back in and reply to 2 of your classmates. And this reply is not, hey, great job. I'm asking you to comment directly on what they say. So an intelligent comment might be, oh, I thought about that too. This is why I stated this, but I'm curious why you answered it that way because I disagree with this point, right? So it's that intelligent feedback, and maybe you guys can go back and forth on why you feel one way or another, and backing it up with facts and research. So that's what message board number 1 is. This is the question here. So you will reply to my post. You'll hit reply and you'll type in your answer here. You're more than welcome to type in a Word document and then paste it in here. But I do not want you to attach a file. I want it to be directly posted here. And then you'll hit post reply, and then your assignment number 1 is done. You will not be able to see anybody else's posts until you post your own. That's a setting I have done just because I want the most original, most creative posts from everyone. Once you post yours, then at any time before the next due date, right? So your message board post number 1 is due the 16th. Your response to 2 classmates is due the following Friday on February 23rd. And if you do 2 responses, I will give you another 5 points. If you do 1 response, you'll get half credit for that. So I'll post more about exactly the grading breakdown once you guys do your first post. Let me go back to modules and introduce yourself. So this is where I want you, like, it's kind of like the trial run of the discussion board. So I want you to put in a discussion here and feel free to comment on each other's things like, hey, I also went to school there, or, you know, we're born the same year, cool. We want to find things in common with people. So I'm asking you to introduce yourself to the class. All right, let me go back to student view. Okay. So that's the syllabus tab here, and all of the assignments are here. Files you can click on. So when you're getting ready to do your midterm, you can download the form for the midterm, the final. I have info in here for the presentations. I have a sample paper, so when you're getting ready to do your midterm, you can look at that as well, because your midterm is a paper. So that's where those are. Grades. You should have the layout here, and then you see what the score is out of. So this introduce yourself, it's out of 0 points. So that means I'm not grading it, but I still need you to do it. And then you can see all the things that have points. So that should be updated. If you ever have a question like, hey, why did I get this grade or that grade? Please email me. More than happy to take a look at it. Maybe I punched something in wrong in the computer, or I can just explain the breakdown of exactly why I gave you the grade you did. Please email me if you have questions about that. People, so you should be able to access each other's emails. Certainly mine is here. Dana Forrest, that's me. So I should put in a note here that this nice little picture of me here, I do want you guys to put in pictures of yourself for your little bubble. You can change it here, or when you go to account, you can set up your account and put information there. I'll go back in and put my emails in there for you guys. Chat, I like this feature. So this is just a dialogue that we can have a free chat. So if you have a question about an assignment, like, hey, how many pages does this have to be? Or how do I submit it? I'm having trouble submitting it. Or something like that, where your question really might benefit everybody. There's been times where I forgot to post a video on something or left a detail out. So feel free to use this chat feature to post your question and I'll answer it. So if you have questions, maybe you guys can come to this forum to see if your question's already been answered. And if not, then go ahead and either post it on here or email me directly. new message alerts up here on the right side. I like to click that on so that way I can be updated throughout the semester. Purchase course materials. So this will take you to the Barnes & Noble for Middlesex County College, but I'm not going to go there right now. So back to our syllabus. So everything is detailed in here, the chapter numbers and then the subject of the chapters. So we're a little heavy in terms of reading for the first half of the semester. The second half of the semester, we get a little heavier in assignments. Spring break, there's nothing due except for one of the module for spring break is before you start module 6. You can do this early or you can do it later. You're going to post a video of yourself and you're going to tell us something that you've learned so far this semester. And so that video you're going to post of yourself is in preparation for your final. So let me back up here, your midterm. Let me see if I have it detailed down here. Yeah, good. So let me jump ahead here. Sorry, guys. So attendance is an online course, so I don't do like a traditional attendance thing, but understand we will have the discussion boards. I may the second half of the semester, or even if you guys want to do it for the midterm assignment, we can have a live class. So I don't have any of those scheduled now, but if we decide it's a good idea, if it would benefit a few folks from class, we can certainly have a live chat about assignments, or if you have questions about theories or concepts, that's perfectly acceptable too. Online discussion, this is the message board post. So make sure that you're using the textbook and not looking up, psychology.com to find the theories. I want it to come from the book for these message board posts. Quizzes, if you go through the modules, it'll have a quiz, right? So each, it's not every single module, right? So there's a quiz 1, quiz 2, quiz 3, spring break there's none, week 6 there's no quiz, and then module 7, quiz 4. So each time you finish a module, there will be a quiz, and it's due the following, they're always due by Sunday. I thought Sunday was a fair day to get them done by. So you have access to them a week before the quiz. You have a week to take it, but it closes on Sunday night of the date it's due. I do not accept late quizzes, so make sure you are getting these quizzes done on time. Other assignments I will accept late for reduced credit, but the quizzes I will not. If you have questions about that, let me know, but they'll open up so you can view them about a week before. So if you're doing the modules ahead of time, and you're like, hey, I did modules 2 and 3, I'm ahead of time, shoot me an email and just let me know, like, hey, I finished this, this, and this. Can you open the quiz early for me? I'm fine with that. Midterm. So your midterm will be a paper. You are going to choose someone to interview about their parenting style. I have a list of questions for you in that file. So you're going to read through the questions, understand the theories. I'll post another video that goes a lot more in detail about this assignment, but essentially start thinking of someone who's not your own parent, who you can interview, who has been a parent to at least a teenager. I want them to be at least 12, 13 years old. It could be, you can email, great Aunt Sally, whose kids are 50 years old, that's fine, but I want someone who has parented a teenager, is the idea. And this can be male or female. It doesn't, some people just think of women to interview for this, but it could be anyone. So just start thinking about that. The paper is 4 to 6 pages. You are going to have to use that APA style citation. You are going to have to use APA format. So you'll use research in this. You'll look up a peer-reviewed journal article, which I have videos on how to do that on our Canvas page, and I also have videos on how to do APA style citations. And then your final for this course is a presentation. So you are going to have to videotape yourself doing a presentation. Your face will have to be in it for a portion of this. So that's why around spring break time, I'm having you do that short little video clip of yourself to post to kind of work out any kinks and any barriers you might have to recording yourself for your final presentation. So this final presentation, I'll post a video on our Canvas page more in detail, but essentially it's going to be a 5 to 10 minute presentation, no more, no less, and you get to pick the topic. So if you're really interested in gender and our formation of gender, you might pick this topic and apply it to the real world. So you'll do a little research on how we form our identity and how we form gender identity and how it affects us as teenagers. And then what I ask students to do is try to pick like a career where you might actually use this. So if you want to be a teacher, if you want to be a nurse, if you want to be a counselor, try and think of a scenario in which you might have to teach someone, maybe in like a professional development or a staff training about this topic, right? So puberty is a great and easy example, right? So we're going to talk about puberty throughout the semester, and that might be a topic you're really interested in. So you might be, for your presentation, you might say, hey, you know what, I want to be a 7th grade teacher who goes over puberty with my 7th graders. And so you might do a short 5 to 10 minute presentation on puberty for 7th graders. So it's a little bit more specific than just telling me about the information. You're going to use it as if you're really doing this presentation for the audience. So we'll talk more about this as the semester goes on, but know that you're going to have to record yourself doing this presentation. It's not as bad as it seems, I promise, but know that that's coming. For the final presentation, you'll have to do a proposal to me, and I have that template uploaded under files. I think it says presentation proposal or final presentation rubric might be the name of the file. But essentially there's a 1-page layout in there, and it just has you brainstorm and work through the questions, and then you'll just submit that first page to me. I have a video on our Canvas explaining in detail how to do that assignment. So I wanted to give you just an overall view of the course. Let's go back into Canvas here. If something's not working right or you don't know how to submit an assignment, please reach out to me. This is my first time using Canvas, so there's a potential that I didn't set something up right. There's a potential that the button's just not clicked on for student view. So please reach out to me if you have questions. I look forward to working with you all. Enjoy your semester.